In order to find the minimum of this function, we first need to find out what is this area that's being talked about. And so I'm going to first of all graph the line and then shade for the inequality. So first of all, I'll make a table of values as if this were a line, and I just need a couple of points for that. So I could say, well, if x equals 0, then it would leave this equation, and if you divide, y is equal to -2. And the next thing to do is say, if y was equal to 0, then that would be gone, and we would just have x equals 4. And then start graphing that information. So x is 0 and y is -2. And then 4 and 0. And then graph that line. This information over here says work in the first quadrant, so we don't really need that part for the problem. We really only need that part of the line over here. And then for the next one, 3x plus 2y is equal to 12. So I'll make a little table of values for that. And if x were equal to 0, it would leave this, which means that y is equal to 6. And if y was equal to 0, then that would say 3x equals 12, so that's a 4. So it happens to be the same point on the x-axis, and on the y-axis it is at 0, 6. And then so I now need to figure out the shading. With this one, it's saying bigger than or equal, so it's probably from here up, but I should double check that. So what I can do is take a point like the origin, so just pick one point that's on either one side of the line or the other, and then test it in the original inequality. So that would say 3 times 0 plus 2 times 0 is bigger than or equal to 12. So it's saying 0 is bigger than 12. No, that's not true. So concentrate on this line right here. This side did not make it true. It must be the other side. And so it's going to be this region. And now I need to do the other shading because I think the shading is going to stop at this line, and that this is the region that we need to consider. So go back to this one and also test 0, 0, which is above this line. So are we supposed to shade above that line? So 0 minus 2 times 0, is that less than or equal to 4? So is 0 smaller than or equal to 4? And the answer is yes, 0 is smaller than 4. So this, which was above this line, means that we should be shading above that line. So like this. So when you put the two together, we now have that this is the region that's being talked about. It seems to go up forever. If we were being asked for a maximum, since this region is going up forever, the maximum would be infinity. But it's asking for a minimum. So then take the corners, the corner points, which are this one, 4, 0, and this one, 0, 6, and test those in this function and see which one gives you the smaller value. One of them has to give you the minimum. So you can make a little table of values to simplify, keep organized. So we're going to be testing 4, 0, compared to a 0, 6. And then substitute it into this function, x squared y minus 2x. So x squared times y minus 2 times x. That's going to be a 0 minus 8. And now use the 0 and 6. So that would say a 0 for x, so 0 squared times 6 minus 2 times the x value, which would be a 0 minus a 0. And so the smaller one is the negative 8. So there's a minimum of negative 8 at the point 4, 0.